Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house, and here we are. It is Sunday in New Zealand. It is 11:33 a.m. in the morning. I've started the show a little bit early because I've got a few things on today around PulseChain. So got to do what you got to do, and I hope you guys are enjoying it out there, enjoying your weekend. I guess it's Saturday in the United States. It's Sunday down here, down under. So that's just the way it goes. And we're going to go through PulseChain, have a look at the weekly review, and we're also going to get into some of the charts on PulseChain, look at where it's going to. We're also going to give an update about Gladiator games, pretty dramatic overnight, so we're going to talk about that, and also Titanex as well. So, lots in store. I think we're going to talk about Bitmine immersion as well, the big strategic ETH reserve. So we've got a little bit of everything today. It's going to be a bit of fun. Let's get into it. I think pretty much it. Don't forget to get in the chat as well. And of course, as usual, the first thing is share the show around on X. It really does help a lot. So share that show around on X. And of course, if you're on YouTube, smash the subscribe button. If you're on X, smash the follow button. And if you guys haven't gotten to Discord, the links in the video description. Join up Discord and Telegram and get involved. That's all we can say. All right, I think that's it. So we're going to probably talk a little bit about X game as well, and have a look at some of the charts and see what's performing at the moment amidst where PulseChain is testing some support is PulseChain. So we'll get into the chat there. I'll just give a couple of seconds for people to catch up, but I just want to pull up some other stuff is here as well. So we're going to have a look at the Richard Hart core coins and see where they are at the moment, because we're coming towards, I guess, the end of Q3. We're still about, a good number, 9 days or something to go. But Q4, of course, we're going to talk about that because that is what everyone's expecting to be pretty bullish. So we're going to do that too. But get into the chat there. Let us know what is topical to you and what you're finding really exciting at the moment on PulseChain. Let me just pull up the watch list here for. Actually, I might have to pull up a different screen for that. Let's have a look here. Let's pull up something else here, and we might pull it up. We're going to look at that separately, I think. I think we have to do it separately. So let me just quickly pull up some charts as we go. I'll do this review of PulseChain Weekly. Now, the other thing, of course, I don't know if you guys know, but the PulseChain promo pad, last time I checked, it was going for $2,225 on eBay. Touting it as, of course, the first promotion pad for PulseChain up for sale, which is pretty crazy. We're going to get into that. I think that's pretty hilarious. So let's talk about that as well. Now I'm just pulling up some of these charts, just get them ready to go, because I think we're going to go through all the Richard Hart cores today, including EHEX, which had a nice little run as well. So we're going to do that. Let me just get full screen on these things, set them up nicely. And normally I'd have this done, but started a bit earlier, so just the way it goes sometimes. And let's bring up the HEX chart. Let's go full screen on that, are we? Oh, no, full screen. Are we on full screen of the others? No, we're not. So let's just do it the way we're doing it there, and so forth. I think that looks not too bad. All right, so get into the chat there. Let us know what your thoughts, and we're going to get into the show straight away. Starting a little early today. All right, let's go for gold. Let's check out where all the markets are right now. And we're going to go to, where are we going? We're not going over there. We're going to go over to Crypto Night Show and talk about that. So I did post out a few things in the chat there, but we're going to come back to those. And of course, get into some of the cool things. So let's, without mucking around, let's get into it. So Solid Trader, if you guys haven't seen this, is from X Game. We're going to talk about X Game coming up pretty soon, but Solid Trader on Telegram is pretty impressive, guys. It is pretty impressive indeed. So this is from Solid X, of course. they're about to launch X Game, and it looks like they're on track for the end of this month. So it's finally great to have one of the project teams launching in the view of their time frame. So it's kind of cool. hashtag that's what we say. Hashtag 2 more weeks. Yeah, pretty exciting. Solid Trade, of course, out really early. Been around for a little while now, but it is super duper. You can do ultra fast trades. That's very important. No more stuck transactions, one-click buys, multiple wallet setup, limit orders, guys, limit orders, stop losses, and take profits for those that like to, set up their clever trading, charting, and protection from scams. So it's got a bit of everything in there. All you have to do is fund your wallet, paste your contract address to the token you want to buy, and click buy. It's that simple. And of course, having those limit orders, very, very important. Being able to, sell while you're asleep, buy while you're asleep, all that good stuff. So it is pretty cool, and it's pretty popular there. So it's pretty nice. So you can find out all that. I've got a whole thread here with all the videos as well, all the tutorial videos. So you should definitely watch those. They'll show you how to use it. And that's from the official team. So pretty cool. At least who's ever's doing their videos. And you can see they're pretty awesome. So it goes through the whole lot. And they're very short videos. So you quickly get up to speed as well. So I'm going to post the link to that if you want to get into Solid Trader and go for gold. Go for gold. That's it. Solid Trader. Download it today. Very easy to set up there. Like I say, a lot of cool videos as well. Solid Trader. So that's going to put you in good stead for moving forward. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. That is the link right there for Solid Trader. Sign up to it today on Telegram. Super fast. Just do one. Get used to it nice and easy, and before you know it, you're away. All right. Let's get into the next bit. Of course, is the crypto market. And so we're going to jump into that in a second, but let's go back and let's have a drink of the coffee. It's still starting half an hour early, for goodness sake. It's only early, so we're going to get into the crypto markets and see how we're going for the week. So here we are with the old CoinGecko, and we got the market cap at the moment 4.142 trillion. 4.14 trillion. And we're up 0.4%. So it's a pretty good day. It's a pretty good day, guys. We've got the total number of coins on CoinGecko at 18,857. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin price. Bitcoin price now is $115,779. It's up 0.1%. We've got Ethereum there at $4,490. That's up 0.5%. So, we're in pretty good stead here on Saturday, Sunday. XRP at the moment down 0.4% at $2.98. And of course, the big news this week was BNB, man. What a powerhouse. Up 6.4% and is at $1,037, guys. $1,037. Isn't that amazing? It is up and away in the market, 144.6 billion US dollars. And I think it's just the beginning of things. But look at that chart, all-time high. Look at that. Woohoo! That 1,000 mark, that's crazy. So BNB is on the up and up. So awesome stuff there. I know our friends over at Crypto Paradise were talking about BNB as well today. So big shout out to the Crypto Paradise team, the other large channel that does daily live streams about PulseChain. Pretty exciting over there too. What else? We got Dogecoin at the moment up 1%, 26.7 cents. We got Tron there at Solana. I forgot Solana. Solana up 0.6% as well, $239 at number 6. And then finally Tron there at number 10 is up 1% at just below 35 cents at the moment. And have they broken away from Cardano? Yeah, just a little bit. They've broken away a little bit there. Added another 100,000, I think, onto the mix, which is pretty cool. Now let's see. I'm setting something up here. So as our best performer in the last 24 hours is BNB, up 6.4%. Best performer over the last week is a BNB, up 11.4%. So BNB dominating, and of course, well over $1,000 now. Wow. Top gainers in the top 100. Let's have a look over the last week. We got Hash is now taking number 1 spot, up 28%. Immutable IMX is up at number 2. That's up 20%. And then IP at number 3 is up 20%. Neo token or Neo protocol up 12.5% for the week. And then BNB, one of our top 5, of course, up 11.4% at number 5. It's number 5 and number 5 ranking. So there we go. Those are our top 5 in the top 100 over the last week. Looking at top gainers over the last 24 hours, we've got Credit Link Token, Aster, and APX. So let's have a quick look at some of these and see what's really driving them at the moment. So we've got Credit Link there is sitting at number 614 in the ranking. It has had a huge rally there, only launched back in September the 5th, so a few weeks, and is now rallying off 3.6 cents, now at 12.8 cents. So must have had some good news or something. But BNB, of course, is the chain it's on, and BNB is pumping as well. So pretty good there. Let's have a quick look at the website, creditlink.info, redefining Web3 credit boundaries. So it could be pretty cool. Credit Link aims at an AI-driven chain identity verification and credit scoring system. Of course, we all hate that. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. But it is there. Let's have a look at it anyway. We'll try and keep our cool. But we're not really into this stuff in DeFi. This is all part of the CCP, on-chain credit analysis. How about that? I don't know. Is it a good idea? I'm not a big fan. But that is Credit Link. We remain neutral. But in number 2 is APX. It's up 84%. So let's have a quick look at that. It's number 154. So it's pretty highly ranked on CoinGecko. And it's got some crazy price action here at number 154. So it was probably way down. It's launched back in the end of last bull market cycle, really. At least the end of the big move at December 2021, and it is just pumped out of nowhere. Look at that, 9.7 cents, $1.62. Have no idea what news that is, but it is on BNB again. So BNB is hyper rallying today, and not just BNB price, but some of the projects. Best decentralized exchange experience. It is on the move, so it is on a big rally today. I wonder what the news was that's really kicked them into gear. Open interest is 652 million. That's a heck of a lot. So someone manipulating this chart? Probably. We got 400 billion in total trading volume so far. Of course, it's been around since December 21 there. Something is afoot there. I'm not sure what the exact news was, but if it didn't have any news, then that's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. So take care out there. Take care. That's all I can say. But that is on the move right now. And then our third one there was Asta, up 91%. Let's have a quick look at that, sitting at number 62. So it's actually in the top 100. And this is, how long has it been around? Since not long, 9th September. So it's only been around for 2 days. And it's got a nice little upchart, actually. Pretty mature upchart for a new token, as we know. Also on BNB. So BNB dominating crypto right now. And this is Asta DEX, DEX centralized perpetual contracts trading. So we've got identifications apparently on BNB, credit scores, boo. Then we got what do we have? We got what was the last one that we just looked at? I've forgotten now already. But we've got decentralized perpetual contracts, a lot of DeFi essentially, and utility, I guess you would argue, is what's on the move there. So perpetual contracts trading using a cross-chain link, they're probably getting a bit of a pump there. They do have an airdrop button. I'm not sure what you'd claim that from, but there we go. So those are the 3 big movers, and they're all BNB. BNB crushing $1,000. That's pretty much the big news this week, isn't it? That's all we can say. We got Eddie in the house there. The longer the PDI base, the longer the PDI pump will be into outer space. $1. That's from Eagle Steady there. Yeah, we're keeping a track of PDI. We're not snoozing on PDI. We're keeping a track of PDI. I can tell you some stories about PDI, but we're not going to. You can jump into Discord though. You'll find out a few stories about PDI. PDI to $1, as we say. We got Hex Grader in the house there. Big shout out. Hex has reposted the stream. Hey, you rock and roll. Much love, man. Much love. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys haven't reposted the stream, smash it out, guys. That is the link right there in the chat there. And of course, if you're on X, you can just do it automatically. Just take a moment to do that. Really, really cool. So thanks there for Hexavator. I guess I got to give you a clap there for that, Hexavator. Bam. All right. Very, very, very cool. A big shout out from Hexavator to everybody in the community, and early start. Yeah, early start, because we've got a big day ahead. Got a big day ahead, Hexavator. I've got some things to do, so I've got to start a little bit earlier today. But hey, look, we're going to try and do a full show, guys. So we rock and roll. PulseChain, bear market, bull market, up and down. We're here on the Crypto Night Show. 6 years now, 6 years strong. It's going pretty good. All right, we're streaming to 3 YouTube channels and on X at the moment. It's pretty cool. All right, so that is pretty much it for our crypto coverage. No, it's not. I'm just kidding. We're going to go to the Bitcoin chart and have a zoom in on that. Let's do that now. And this is our famous chart, right? Because it's been performing like a boss. pretty much been ultimately on the calls. You guys can know. You got to go back, look at the videos, but everything's playing out pretty much. Three-legged stool strategy playing out. The big tax bill was a big tick. That's going to play out, remember, into particularly the end of Q3, which where we are now. You don't get the stats for a bit later. Q4, of course, going to be pretty big lift, and then into 26 going to be pretty stellar as all that stuff starts to come to fruition, particularly by mid-2026. So awesome stuff there, laying the foundation for economic boom in the golden age of America. Trade deals been going pretty well, of course. A few more to be done, but let's say it's 2/3 of the way there, let's say. And of course, the tariffs have been very, very successful. Obviously, being challenged in court, but I think that they'll probably win the day there, and of course, making hundreds of billions of dollars. Number 3 was, of course, regulations, and regulations playing pretty well out. We got more for crypto coming. A lot more crypto regulations coming. We've obviously got had the Genius Act, which has been a big boom. That's going to flood trillions of dollars of stable coins, and we've also got the Clarity Act coming up towards the end of the year. Hopefully, that will get signed off. So it'd be very bullish for clarity and regulations, non-custodial, and all sorts of stuff like that. And then we've also, I think, in October we have the crypto report, if I remember rightly, and that will be coming out potentially with ways of the sovereign state buying the United States buying. Crypto, Bitcoin, and altcoin. We'll see. We'll see what they come up with there. We're keeping a track of that. So lots more goodness coming out of the White House in terms of crypto policy in the towards the end of the year there, October through November, no doubt. So keep a lookout for that. What else? We had the interest rate cuts, 25 basis points. We're going to have at least 2 more from the looks of it. So 75 basis points. So we are on the trajectory, the trajectory there for lower interest rates. So that's only a good thing over the next 3 to 6 months. So bullish news there. Now we obviously are still up at 4.25%. So we're not like we're down 1% or something, but it is a good path. We're on the path to lower interest rates, which means risk on, game on, and it's just going to slowly feed on itself. Maybe not quite as aggressive as some might hope, but I think still we've got the right direction now. And of course, the rally with the rally into Ethereum for the strategic ETH reserves is very, very important there. So far, we got lots of things heading in the right direction for the golden age of America and the golden age of crypto. Still very well intact. In fact, we've got a very nice consolidation here at the moment. We've also got the price of Bitcoin over the 50-day moving average, which is at $114,000. That's right. So we're currently above that at $115,750. Looking very good indeed. We got the 200-day moving averages. Get this, guys, $105,800. So that's pretty awesome. Good times ahead. Good times ahead. All right, and if I remember rightly, we're somewhere in the middle of the rainbow curve. I haven't got that up at the moment, but somewhere in the middle there. We'll probably have a look at that maybe tomorrow. Looking at Ethereum here on Coinbase, we're in the accumulation zone. What's this box? This box is a goodie box because this box is showing us when the essentially when most of them, I mean, it probably slightly excludes what does it exclude? Let me have a quick look. Excludes SharpLink. SharpLink was buying a bit earlier, right, in here in June, but it has most of the buying all the way through from Bitmine all the way through to where we are now. So pretty exciting there, and I guess we can just keep scrolling that along. But that is the buying there, and it's pretty awesome. And you can see they've been getting it for a pretty good damn price. The old strategic ETH reserves. But look at where the price is looking very good indeed. Let's take away the overlay of the strategic ETH reserve buying, and we can see that we're at $4,250 on the 50-day. Now, some people have us pulling back to about 37K, so around this area here. So some people do have that, and that would mean that ETH would retrace back to about 37, 3800, somewhere like that. So somewhere back this range. So some people expecting us potentially to come down there. So that's kind of the bearish scenario, is to come back and test this 37, 3800 mark, right? So that is the bearish scenario. So we're doing that one. But the bull scenario is, of course, up mad gains and up towards 5,500 on the first move, and then just break away from this consolidation. So everything looking pretty strong at the moment. But had to mention the bear scenario, which is retesting this previous local high here. So that's we've covered that, and but the upside is massive. And of course, we're expecting potentially by the end of the year, right, is mad gains. So all the way up here, of course, way up. So let's zoom in on this chart and bring it all down. So the low side we're expecting, right, is $8,800, $8,000. That's the low side by the end of December. So let me just get the December mark. So about there. So that's the time frame. So that's the low side. The upside is up here, right? So the upside is around about 15k. So this is the kind here, and the top of that move would be 16k. So that's Tom Lee's move up there. So this is kind of gives us an idea of where we might see things go. I got a little triangle. I don't know if I got the right triangle here, but that's basically the idea. I don't know. Let's see if this works, guys. Oh, it does work. Nice. Charting Pro. What the Charting Pro in the house? Charting Pro in the house. All right, I was just kidding. All right, but that is our range. That's our range, guys. What sort of triangle is that? What sort of triangle is that? Do you guys remember school? Dan triangles? They just kept making up more triangles. I think they were doing it just to annoy us at school. There's a new triangle. Now we're going to measure this triangle. Damn you! Get out! All right, so where's the sports class? Where's the sports class? All right. Jokes aside, that is kind of the range for the upside. And of course, if we're going to if we're going to be crazy, that is the upside scenario. But let's do another one for the downside because we like to be, try to be balanced and fair there. So what did I say? Downside. We're going to go to. Let's see here. We're going to go to 4,000, and we're not going to take it that far down actually. So it's probably that's the downside, right? So, but that would be very short lived. That'd be very short lived. So we have to pull it all the way back. And let's see here. Let's go to mid October just for argument's sake, and that would bring us somewhere like that. So let's say that's the downside. And that's just a retest really, and then the upside's just the upside. So the upside's just too good for the upside. So that is kind of where we might see that moment. All right, and the reason why is because we've got all this good stuff happening on the Bitcoin chart that I just talked about, and of course we have specifically with the Genius Act the game on, right? We have payment systems, tokenization, all those mega themes happening, and of course then we have Tom Lee and all the rest of the crew. All jumping in to buy Ethereum, buy. So everyone wants to buy Ethereum, and that's going to push us right up here, and eventually it really puts a lot of pressure on the upside, right? To get Ethereum, and it just runs away because Ethereum's getting scarcer, right? It's gone down from about 20 million over this box period. See this box about here on the 2nd of July. It's gone from about 20 million ETH on exchanges all the way down to about 17 million. So it's gone down a lot there, and that's continuing to go down. So it's getting scarce on exchanges and therefore putting a lot of upward price pressure on Ethereum. Now, of course, this is bullish for the PulseChain sacrifice reserve, bullish for PulseChain, at least indirectly at this stage. So that's kind of cool where we are right now. We've got Valiant in the house there. Just got a big shout out there. Greetings. Ready for those Solid X rockets to engage? Indeed. And that's the big launch coming up over the next 10 days, from the looks of it, is the old X Games Solid X potentially staking as well. So we're pretty excited about that. No doubt they should launch it at the same time. We'll see. It might be slightly staggered. We'll find out. But that is the bullish scenario there, and mad gains to everybody. And of course, Tom Lee there is the one to make that all happen. So let's have a quick look at what's happening here. So Bitmine immersion. We haven't had an update from Bitmine since the 15th. It's now the 21st, of course. They typically do updates about every week, right? So we should get one in another day or two. But we have had some severe buying. I mean, look at Bitmine of 82,000, Bitmine 202,000 on the 8th, the week before. Before that, we had Yufeng come in, a new one come in, right? Yufeng. Bitmine immersion 74K on the 2nd, Sharplink on 40,000 on the 2nd. So those are our biggest buys lately. They're holding 5 million ETH, guys. 5 million ETH already. 4.12% of the total supply, which we know is about 120.7 million. We've got about, 35% of ETH is in the validators, staked in validators. And we've got a big queue of ETH wanting to go in. So that's positive. What else did we got? Bitmine at the top there, 2.15 million. Sharplink there, 838,000 ETH, and we got ETH Machine there, 495,000. The ETH Foundation, which is slowly selling out their ETH rate, 224,000. And then we got PulseChain SAC there at number 5. Number 5 is alive, and it is 166,000 currently. Valued at $750 million. Let's just round it off there. $750 million there, not too bad. We know that pretty much all these are continuing to buy massive amounts. They've only really just started. Bitbuy immersion is only a third the way there. Sharplink's got tons more to. Oh, actually, Sharplink's actually not too bad. It's 84%, but I just think Sharplink's probably going to go beyond that. Like they just said, we want 1 million, but I think they're going to keep going. ETH Machine is apparently only still at 4% of their supply. I don't know whether they're going to go to 10% of ETH supply, but it's just going to run out of Ether. But we'll see. We also got other ones here like Nexus down here. They've bought 48,000, but we know they did a $5 billion capital raise. So presumably if that's gone through, I haven't checked that recently, but that there is pretty sure it did go through, and that means that they're potentially going to be buying a lot too. So not bad. Now, we did hear from Tom Lee around how they're doing it a little bit. So he's got a few little tricks, but essentially they have got the exchanges buying a lot of the ETH using various methods, and looks like they're looking after it at the stage. So yeah, that's pretty interesting insight. So those are some of the things happening right now. We're going to keep a tab of the US government as well at number 13 with 60K and so on. And also we're going to keep a tab of all the new entrances, right? So we've got 69 right now. Still waiting for Cosmos Health to give their details. In terms of the specialized SER treasuries, we've got 17 on the list right now, 17. And that doesn't have PulseChain in, of course. PulseChain's under the all category. And we're at number 5. And we're getting free advertising there, free advertising on there. So it's pretty cool. You bet your bottom dollar Tom Lee knows about PulseChain because he would have known probably about the fork and the sacrifice and all that stuff. He's been in crypto since a long time, but definitely seeing it here on the list here, which I'm sure he looks at on a regular basis. So kind of cool. BFFs, Tom, BFFs, you know it. All right, so that is looking pretty good there. Let's jump over to some of the interesting stuff. So we obviously had an update since the 21st. With the last buy being Bitmine, but we do have some insights about their current buying, which hasn't been disclosed yet on there. Bitmine bought another $84 million in ETH today. This is today, guys. And so this will probably get updated on Monday, Tuesday next week. So that's pretty cool. And we can see that they've been buying more Ethereum, right? So 3,300 Ethereum, 3,247 Ethereum. I tell you what, Tom Lee is going to laugh himself silly because he's been getting such good prices with the price down where it is. And yeah, if we ever got a retrace to 37, 38 on that bearish scenario, which would be short-lived in my opinion, he'd he'd fall off his chair laughing. He'd probably fall off his chair. But yeah, Bitmine immersion here at the moment, they're picking up, it's another 3,250, 4,500, 4,400. So another $83.7 million of ETH there. And that's picked up there on the tracker, so not bad. With the old ETH, yeah, they picked up some more ETH before that. From the looks of it, that's from via Galaxy Digital, so we'll see OTC desk there on Galaxy Digital for that purchase as well, which is pretty interesting. All right, so that is some of the little insights there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, they're still buying, guys, and like I said, they've got a lot to go. So it's game on in the old ETH acquisition there. Pretty cool. That is some of our updates there from the crypto market. I think we're going to finish there. So some good stuff happening right now. Hey, we got Yeet guys in the house there. Yeet, PulseChain, let's go, Superman. Hey, good to see Yeet in the house. Big shout out there and welcome. Don't forget, guys, if you're watching, don't forget to share the show on X. Really does help a lot. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. We're on the Crypto Night Show YouTube. We're on the Superman Crypto YouTube. And we're also on PulseChain X YouTube. So smash the buttons all on those. And if you're on X, of course, don't forget to smash the follow button and share the channel around. It really helps a lot. All right, cool. So that is pretty much it. Let's get into PulseChain. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for PulseChain? We're going to have a really a scoop down there on the PulseChain charts as well. Let me see here. Let's go into PulseChain. Where are we going? We're going to this one. Let's go to this view. And we got PulseChain day 862, guys. Day 862. PulseChain, of course, a full system stake copy or fork of Ethereum on the 10th of May 2023, and of course launched a few days later on the 13th of May 2023, and here we are 862 days later, and we're BFFs. We're BFFs. I don't know. I've just used BFF twice this day, but I find it funny. It's probably because I'm finding it fun. But we've got Blair in the house there. Hi, all. Good to see you, Blair. All right, so let's get into it. We got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0381. It is down 2.7% today. We're sitting at 38% of the mean sacrifice price. PulseX at the moment is quadruple 025. That is down just under 0.8%. The buy and burn on PulseX is 7.76%. Ink token right now is down 2.5% at $1.33. And we've got Hex at the moment is at 86 hundredth of a penny on PulseChain, down 1.5%. eHex is sitting at 26 hundredth of a penny, and so just over a quarter of a cent. And the combined price of eHex and PX is 1.12 cents right now. That is where rich art cores are. But we're going to have a look at the charts in a minute and have a deep dive into that. We like to do that every so often, don't we? Gas prices 800,000 beach, pretty much the same as yesterday. 1 cent for a pulse swap, so good value to do business on PulseChain. The validators right now 52,929. We saw that jump up yesterday quite a bit there, and I'm sure Vouch is probably playing a good role in that. 52,929, so pretty good. Bridge at the moment value just down a little bit from yesterday. I mean, when I say a little, relative to where we were, or to the total amount, I should say, we're at 113.3 million, let's say, and I think we were at about 114.8 yesterday, something like that. So okay, we're down to probably about 1.5 or something, but that's fine. Some of it's eHex, I think. So eHex there is been pipped by Ethereum, and Ethereum back up there, and eHex there back down at numbers 2 spot. That's kind of where we are right now. That's kind of where we are. You know what? What date is it? The 21st. I'm going to take a snapshot of this, and we're going to visit this hopefully maybe at the end of the month. How about that? Let me just take a snapshot of this, and we'll use that for comparison in the near future. So let me do that. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right, so that's our new snapshot, and we're going to put that underneath our old one, which is about 45 days old. So there we go. All right, so that is where we are right now. Now we've got one more thing to look at, and that is the treasury. Since we talked about all the crypto stuff, we do have the treasury there up $118.6 million, up 19%. Now this treasury is very important depending on how you think it might be used in the future. Obviously, many of us are probably thinking that there's the chances that some of it could be scraped a little bit every now and then, possibly. Depends on the other treasuries that Richard Hart is holding on to, so that's possible. There's lots of ways you could use this, some very clever ways potentially, and all sorts of stuff. But if you just used, the idea is that if Ethereum is really going to go to the 15K, 30K, 60K, 80K, then your best bet is probably just to hold on to it for the most part. This could end up being worth, I think was it 60K ETH is $15 billion, I think is the number. It could be pretty huge. So why scrape it at $250 million when you can have it 15 billion, right? And then stake and scrape. All right, but there are cycles still cycles, even though we're going to have a more mature crypto, more mature Ethereum. We still have some cycles, even if they're a little bit different to what we had in the past. But at the moment, it's still little baby numbers. But billions are coming. We just hold on. So that bodes interesting to where will PulseChain go to from there. So I've got where do we go from here? We're going to have a little bit of talk about that when we get up to the PulseChain chart. But just remember this: that's kind of where we are right now. All right, let's quickly look at the markets. Let's have a quick look at the markets here. We're going to quickly go through this, and then we're going to have a deep dive. So at the moment, we've got staked ETH. So we've got $9 million in volume, so super low, right? That is super low, even for PulseChain. Normally 12 is kind of the lower end. Once we get under 10, it's pretty low. But we are in the weekend, Friday night, Sunday. So we have 9 million, pretty low, 205,000 transactions. So we're doing about a third less transaction than we did yesterday. We're doing about 305,000 yesterday. But we do have a few little green candles. We've got staked ETH at the moment, one of the forks, of course, on PulseChain, up 13% right now. In fact, we got time dividend was number one earlier before the live stream. It's up 10%. So we're going to have a quick look at these two because they're kind of interesting. And let's go to staked ETH and see where this is at right now. We're going to go to the daily chart. That is the daily chart. Let's go to the weekly because, it's been around for so long. We'll probably do that too for for time dividend. But you can see, it's still up quite strong, right? And the market cap there, $750,000, 80K liquidity, 10K volume today. Obviously down over the last 6 weeks or so, 5 weeks, but still having a little bit of a pump today off the bottom there. So sitting at 4,500th of a penny is stake deep. So when Richard Hart forked PulseChain, forked Ethereum and set up PulseChain, there was always this great idea of what would price discovery be? What would price discovery be? And we're finding out, aren't we? We're finding out. At the moment, of course, we're without using any of that money from the PulseChain sacrifice of reserve, or essentially other money potentially. This is where we are right now on stake ETH, which is pretty interesting. Just a copy there. Now the other one, of course, is time dividend, a new project. So it's not a fork, but a new project on PulseChain, and this is from KG. Of course, it's been super successful. One of the best performing charts, I would say, to some degree. And of course, Internet Money there having a nice little tier, pushing new highs, sitting at 4,300th of a penny there. Let's add the RSI in here just to get a gauge of its overbought, oversold position. So it's definitely in the overbought period at the moment. Probably needs a good consolidation here for a little bit. It is on the weekly chart, and on the daily, it's definitely got a bit of room to move here, isn't it? Because it's only down at the 50. So we'll see how that battle goes here at the moment. But this is continuing to perform well. Let's have a quick look at the number of wallets on Internet Money. Of course, everybody can download this wallet and use it on PulseChain and other chains. Let's go have a look at the stats. And let's see, where does that right now? So the latest update had 94,766, and that is between August the 1st, 31st, and September the 15th. So we're already a couple of days since then. Basically 95,000. Now, I guess the target is to get to 100,000 in the fourth quarter. September results as well. So next 3.5 months to get to 100,000 downloads. That would be pretty cool as well. So hats off to KG. And KG is also out about there doing X Spaces with the likes of Change now and Qcoin. So really, lifting the presence of PulseChain and of course Internet Money Wallet. So he's doing a great job there. Now, if you hold the time dividend, of course, you can get a share of the dividends. And we can see at the moment, dividends are doing pretty well. And over the last 90 days, it is up 45% on the previous 90 days based on this. And that is at $163,000. So, revenue's up 50% almost. I mean, it's not far, 45. Let's be accurate, 45. In 90 days. So not bad there as well. So a good little income earner. So you got a wallet and essentially a DEX aggregator where you're earning the fees if you're holding the token, the time token in your wallet. And it is multi-chain as well. So it's different chains doing different volumes. Really, really well. And if we're down here if PulseChain is down where we are right now, and kind of still waiting for that big turn-up event, we're testing long-term support. Then where will Internet Money be once we really start moving? Because you're getting a couple of big DeFi features there, utilities combined together, which is pretty interesting. So it could really start bolting and burn the heck out of that RSI. Who knows? But next one is Firewall. Of course, this one was a late bloomer. Firewall is one of the 3 pump tires that launched for SolidX, and this is the one he had the least of. He only had about 55% of it. I think the rest of them he had somewhere between 77 and 82%. 82% is kind of the max that you can get out of the pump tires when you launch them and get them bonded over to PulseChain. But this one here, he owns about 55% last time I checked. I don't know if he's been buying any more of it, but it's certainly up 8.5% today. Let's have a quick look at Firewall as well. So there's Firewall there. You got pumped. Look at that the other day. Big pumpity pump. So it went from 0.0024 and it got pumped all the way to 0.005. So basically a 2x, and is down, still up pretty nicely, 0.0043. So everyone is anticipating the launches of SolidX, and that includes Valiant. Valiant's looking forward to SolidX launches as well, and so are we. So we're very excited about this. The whales, we're in the whale zone. So late September, October. That's kind of when we're expecting the whale launches now. We thought Rackham with CoinWhale would be out September, but that's been pushed to October. So we're waiting for that. But I think I'm feeling confident it will be in the early October. So that is Firewall. Let's have a quick look. Actually, let me pull up the contract, shall we? Let's have a look at contract, and we'll go see the holders and see what is Firewall holding now given he had about 55% at the beginning. It's got 437 holders, and it looks like he's sitting. Oh, well, they're all in the contracts now, so that's a bit weird. Okay, I'm not sure what's happened there, but you got 50% in the contract, so there's definitely been some changing things in there since the last time I checked. So looks like I'm out of date with my knowledge there of Firewall. But yeah, not sure what contract that is either. That's sitting with 50% in it, so it's pretty interesting. We've got 94. So what's this contract? This contract is EB. EB is the second contract, so that's the LP. So has he put his tokens in some contract? Is that sitting in one of the SolidX contracts? I don't know. What do we say about that? Let's go have a quick look on this contract. I don't know whether it's going to give us the information I'm after. PulseX LP. Okay. E4. So I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'd have to do a bit more due diligence on that. But that is Firewell. How far down does the rabbit hole go? What do you guys reckon? How far? I don't know. Pretty far. That seems pretty far. All right, so the next one we got going at the moment is Reserve Day. It's up 8% right now. We got Die Hard. We earn PDI, don't you? That's up 6.4%. So have a quick look at Die Hard and quickly see where that is at overall. So we've got the daily chart here. I'm going to go to the weekly because it's been around for a while too. And the old Die Hard there. So, I mean, it's kind of on the bottom of the range at the moment, kind of, you would argue. Obviously not at all-time lows down here at 2.2 cents. Still at 6.6 cents. Market cap still decent, 456K, 100K liquidity. All seem pretty reasonable numbers. Volume down at $1,000, so it's 1% pretty much. So it's doing its thing. Certainly green today. Sun Minimil, of course, the big corporate on PulseChain, making a bit of a move right now. And you guys know that we're going to keep a tab on this, but this is a weekly chart as well. Looks like we had a bit of a hammer doji, is it? Let's quickly look at the daily chart. And this is could be moved at any time, right? Because these guys have got millions of dollars in their treasury, in the treasury. So they could really, really move big time. Could be huge, guys. So we'll keep a lookout on that. We're going to do some more updates there. Now, Tropa from James Maria, at least one of the peers, is $50 million market right now on the Tropa die, up 3%. We got Bria making a bit of a move. It was up a lot more, but looks like it's having a battle at the moment. Actually, and I see in the chart there, it's on the daily. But Bria there, I understand Bria went into put 1 million Bria tokens into what's that project called with the memes? Let me on the chat if you remember. Damn it, I wish I remembered off the top of my head. Let me find out. I'm going to find out because I had it in my mind earlier, but forgotten it now. That's just the way it goes. In the meantime, Valiant here says regarding the Genius Act, it looks Genius. That's Gunuis. I think it's not Genesis, but Genius. It looks like all stablecoin issuers are required to have the ability to freeze, block, and reject illicit transactions. A blacklist function here, but I think that only really, I think is it the regulated ones, and I think you have to have $50 billion in assets to be regulated and report yourself. So I think if you wanted to fulfill that, then it may very be the case there. But I think everybody else, zero, it's zero, isn't it? Zero memes, yeah. Yeet's got it. Nice one there, Yeet. I'm sure. Are you guys participating in that, Yeet? Let me know. I know that Bria went into that. So yeah. I'm going to have a quick look. I'm doing a bit of a cheat. I'm going into Telegram and checking right now as we're live. We're live. Damn it, we're live. All right. So Zero Trust it is. Zero Trust. That's the one. Let me pull up the post. I'll pull up the post day. We'll have a look at Zero Trust. And it's a pretty interesting looking idea. So Zero Trust, let's go to that. 1 million Bria tokens just landed in the Mega Meme Hyperloop portfolio wallet. What the hell is this? What the heck is this? The Mega Meme Hyperloop portfolio wallet. The prize pool keeps stacking, and the PulseChain memes keep leveling up. Who's next to drop in? So apparently all the meme teams are jumping into this. Who's next to drop in? Well, there we go. How to enter? Apparently you enter in here. It's got all these memes. We've got all these memes in there. What have we got in there? We got Liberty Swap from the looks of it. We got lots of different memes. I'm just trying to remember some of these. You got Yeet in there. Yeet is already in there. Yeet is already in there. Look, Yeet's in there. We've got a few others as well. Quite a few others from the looks of it. So Bria just got in there. So congratulations to Bria. So not bad. Hey, look, we got Bria in the house there. I've even liked it. So there we go. Agenda Bria's there. And of course, Mrs. Rochelle, CEO, of course, coming up there. So CEO of Coin Division. That's it, Coin Division in New York recently, from the looks of it. So that's from Agenda Bria. So you're getting the owner of the dog is very happy with the work there done by Bria. Yeah, well done to the team. So yeah, we'll see what happens between. But there's this big fight on between Bria and Peacock community, so we'll see how that goes. Keep a lookout for that. All right, have we got some news in here? Wait, I've got something else in here. Let me have a look. I see something here. Let's have a look. We're going to pull this up as well. But just while I'm here, boy, we're really having a nosy today. I don't know. It's a nosy day today. Let's have a look. Bam. Oh, there we go. Bam on that one. Oh, damn it. Let's do it. Do it live. Damn, I hate doing it live. Belgian Malinois there. Oh, there we go. There's a whole ton of the same type of dog, right? The Belgian Malinois. Malinois. There we go. Apparently, you can train the dogs very well. Apparently, a very good training dog. So there we go. That is in the mix. All right. So that was enough detail there. Bam. All right, so let's get back out of here. So Bria on the move at the moment at 2%. A1A, token A1A. It sounds like a rap song, eh? Token A1A. I'm not going to try and rap it though. I could, but not on live stream. Up 2% there. We got DevCoin there, up 1.7%. Most wanted there, Richard Hart and Pump Tires, on 1.5% there. PulseChain store, which has been giving away a lot of t-shirts, right? PulseChain store. I think they got giveaways. Let's quickly look at that. Yeah, look at that. Pretty cool. So look at that. Bam. Free t-shirts. If you want a free t-shirt, you can get it at PulseChain store. Should I post it in the chat there in case some of you guys want free PulseChain t-shirts? Let me get out of. Let me close that down. Let me find the old studio. Free t-shirts. Free PulseChain t-shirts. The guys on X are probably like, yeah, post it here too. All right, so there we go. Bam, that is free PulseChain t-shirts. That is the link. That's from PulseChain store. They're doing a great job. Bam, there we go. Free PulseChain t-shirt. Not bad. Big shout out to PulseChain store. They've been doing that for months now, giving away free t-shirts. My bad, genius. Yeah, genius sacked. Yeah. That's okay. No, it's an easy. Genius is an easy word to, in Genesis, and it's quite easy to do. All right, so that is out at the right moment. Bam. Their tokens taken away there. Pretty crazy look token chart. Look, and then bang. Hey, this crypto, we see so many crazy charts. Not surprising. We got Hexa A, Pulsalium Farm. That's up 0.8% at the moment. That is one of the reward tokens there. Connected with Hex. We got a Troper from James Maria. We already saw. What did we saw up here? We saw. One of the Troper ones up here, or was it just slipped down? It's just slipped down here, sitting at 92 hundredths of a penny. Shall we have a quick look at this and see where it's at on the older James Maria Troper? And that is the chart right now. So it's not looking too bad. Obviously, way off its highs, but way off the bottom. It's way off the bottom there. That is the old James Maria. Let's look at the weekly chart on the old Troper. That's the Troper chart there. So actually, it looks, in the context of that history, it's actually looking pretty good, isn't it? But certainly, certainly volatility there, down 40%, is it 40, 45? What do you reckon? 45. Let's see what it is. 43%. There we go. At the moment, but still up today. We had Pig Oink, that sort of bolted out of nowhere with its treasury. It's up 0.5% at the moment. 000877 9mm. The second biggest DEX is up 0.4%. Let's have a quick look at 9mm and have a look at that over the weekly chart. That is a week. Oh boy, it's better had a big sell down this week. This is versus Pulse, because Pulse is down, right? Let's have a look at the Pulse ratio. I haven't been doing that enough. I should probably do that a bit more, but that is down to 312 is the amount of Pulse per 9mm. But they're doing a great job. I mean, these guys are doing a great job. They're constantly promoting and putting their stuff out, so it's pretty cool. We've got the Twitter account there. Let me have a look at Twitter. Is it coming up? It is. Let me have a look. So this is their handle here, and they're constantly putting out stuff around the 9mm DEX. So it seems to be ticking away, doing their thing. I like that. So hats off to them for that, keeping their promos up. 9-inch needs to do a lot of work around that, right? 9-inch needs to do a lot of work around that. SolidX, this is the other pump tires. This is not the official SolidX, this is the pump tire one. They're still official, but they're not the one that's going to be burned off. That's the yellow one, right? The yellow one. But this is still at 00079, up 0.4%. Let's have a quick look at that. Has it been a late bloomer? A little late bloomer there. It has been a late bloomer. Let me have a look at auto log. There's the weekly chart too. I don't know what's happened there. Let me just scroll there. So yeah, not doing so hot because the yellow one's probably getting all the attention, although that's down at the moment as well. 790k market cap, 1.3 million liquidity apparently, 540k volume, so that's pretty unusual. A big volume candle in the last week, $18,000 relatively speaking. Let's see how much of this that Firewall owns. Presumably, we can work that out. Let's have a quick look at SolidX. This is the green one, not the one that's going to be burned or staked. Maybe he'll probably have them all staked, to be honest. It'd be interesting. I don't know. We'll see what happens. He's got that on the contract too, 85%. That's not that there is the contract we're looking at there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a bit more investigation on this so we can can make more comments about it. But that is where we are right now. Those are all the greens. 21 greens at the moment on trending. Everything else is out of the money right now. But before we get into everything else, I wanted to go and talk about the PulseChain charts. So let's bring that up. I'm gonna have to change my browser, do some fancy little maneuvers to do that. So where are we going? We're going to go full screen on that one. And I've got to change it. I've just learned how to do that only 2 days ago. It's embarrassing, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. It was never that obvious, guys. It was never that obvious. All right, so let me just get rid of this chart so I can bring up the other screen. And we're going to add it in. I'm going to go to Pulse first, right? Oh, let's just do the window. Let's just do the window. Don't need to do all that. Bam. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're about to go live. We're going to do it live. That's my. I need to get that soundtrack so I can cut it in. All right, there we go. We are fully operational. I have really got better at this. This is fun. Once I worked that out, it's like seamless now. It's like seamless. All right, so this is PulseChain. This is the weekly chart. Get your comments in there if you've got views on where you think Pulse is going. I'd love to hear your views. We're going to be covering PulseX. We're going to look at the longer term view of where this is. And you can see clearly in the chart, we go full mode on this. We're down 2.7% today, but you can see on the weekly chart here on Pulse, we are testing the long-term, what was previously resistance. We had this big resistance. We just couldn't get out of it, right? Couldn't get out of it. And then now we managed to bust out of it about, a couple of weeks after we bet the SEC. And we managed to rally all the way up there. So that was pretty cool. So we bet the SEC which week? This week here, the week of the 7th of July. And we had mad gains. We had mad gains, 2x, over 2x, 2.1x. And we went all the way up to 5,400 more or less. So it was a pretty good week. Then, of course, we had 3 down weeks. We had one little recovery week. And now at the moment this week, we're in a down week. And we are pushing down towards this long-term, which was resistance, is now support. So we're coming back to test this, and hopefully we'll get a move to the upside. Now, the thing is here is that we've still got lower lows, right? So we've still got a bit of work to do from a point of view, but we have broken the downtrend. That's the positive. And we, in terms of local here, we were down low, but we have now broken that, right? So let's put little circles because you guys know I like to draw there. So we've got this lower low here. And then we've got this new one, and let's pull that up, and we've got a new high there. So that's kind of cool, looking good. All right, so that's where we're. So heading in the right direction. We've also got better lows, right? So better lows, and where we've got a higher low, a lower low here. We also have one back here, so we'll actually just copy these rather than me just glue them up. Bam. So we've got this low back here. Got that one down here, and now we've got so far we got this here. This is critical area here because we've still got a high low, and we are testing the long-term support. So really do need to hold this. And where is that at the moment? That's somewhere around. Let me get there. So somewhere around where we are, not too far down from where we are now, which is about 3,700. So we're at 3,800 right now. So it's around about 37, yeah. So we're only just above that now. So it'd be nice to defend 37 and then bounce off here, right? And of course, what does that mean? Well, We've got no moving averages on here, but let me just jump over here. Bam, and that is up there, basically up that way. I've got no errors on this. I've got no errors. What happened to my arrows, man? What happened to my arrows? Let's put some arrows on. All in favor? All in favor. There we go. Should we do green candles? Let's do green candles. And that's looking pretty good. So that is up from there. That's what we want to see happen to the upside there. So we got high lows intact. So we've got a sending wedge. There's Valiant. Sending wedge falling. Yeah, we've got a big, like if you look out big further, right, we've got kind of W's. Have I got any? Let me see what drawing tools I got here. What tools could I use? I'm not sure if that worked. The path. Did we try a path? I don't know if the path will work. We've got a bit of a W. So we've got that sort of a W there, right? So that's bullish. So yeah, I mean, we kind of got, what do you call that? Also a where's the other drawing tool? Would you call that also a where's the other one? A bit of a bull flag. So we've got sort of this one here. It's come down to, like, you wouldn't want to go much further than this, would you? I think it's about 30%, isn't it, on the retrace there? So one could argue, nice little bull flag, but I can't get rid of the thing now. But that's kind of some of the stuff we got there. So we'll see how we go. Both of those kind of bullish, and then falling wedge. Yeah, that would be bullish. All right, so that is kind of where we are right now on the old pulse. The RSI is down at 50, which is not too bad. Now I haven't got any moving indicators on here, so we might as well add a few of those in EMAs. 1, 2. Let's do the long term since we're already on the long term. Actually, let's do a shorter term one because it's probably the best thing. I've given now on weekly candles, right? Weekly. So we're going to do no, we'll keep a 9. We'll keep a 9. And we're going to make that, we're going to do that pink. You guys know that's my favorite color for that one. And then we're going to take the other one. We're going to make that a longer one. And we're going to do 34. You guys, 34 on that one. So it's just tapping all the way up there, but 34 is the way. It's like watching paint dry or something. And we're going to go there. And we're going to double that too. And that is our short-term sort of moving average there at the moment. So let's get rid of all the other overlays because they're sort of too busy. We can see at the moment we're pretty close. So we've got the pink line is above the bullish. So we have got a little bullish stoppage here, really because of last week. So we really are at the crossroads here. And hopefully we'll just continue on to that bullish cross here that we had back a couple of weeks back, or actually about 5 weeks ago. And upwards and onwards. So that's the weekly chart there on Pulse. So yeah, it'd be nice to sort of bounce at 37 where we are right now, and maybe start the new week. Sunday is tomorrow US time, and that's normally not a great day. So fingers crossed we get through that, and that's the worst of it, and that we manage to bounce out into next week. So yeah, we're at really crossroads here right now. The daily is down at 37, so we're not completely oversold in this place. But maybe we get get some support at 37, and we can really move up from there. If we did have a capitulation of this whole trend, we could come down to probably, just looking at this chart here, probably down to 3150, 3160 or something. So we don't really want to do that. I'm sure none of us really want that. So yeah, 3150 to 3300 is probably the next zone there. Should we put a little chart on that? Everyone likes the charts. I've got the wrong one here. Where's it gone? Over here. Rectangle. So this would probably be, good support area if we did go down any further, like to a second range. But hopefully we'll hold up at 37, and that would be kind of the worst case scenario there on the downtrend. That wouldn't be great because we're sort of kind of ruining our uptrend there on the weekly. Right, so that is Pulse. PulseX at the moment. Let's have a look at the ratio. We're currently at, falling down at the moment. Obviously, Pulse is falling because that's where we are. We're at 200 let's have a look at the ratio of the Pulse, though. We'll go full screen on this. We're down 0.5% today, so not too bad. We broke that long-term uptrend, right? The ratio, we're currently at 0.65, and we've just bounced off 0.62 or 0.63 there, Pulse per PulseX. So we're at one PulseX will get you 0.65 pulse right now. And the last time we were at 1-to-1 was way back here in February this year. And we got slightly above that. We were at 1.03. So one PulseX would have got 1.03 pulse, which would be a pretty good move. And so there's two theories about where pulse will go. Obviously, if somebody comes in and buys a ton of pulse up, that means a lot of pulse left on the market at any particular point in time. The counter move, of course, is PulseX is going to be better because there's all these use cases on around PulseX, and it's got the buy and burn, right? Where the Pulse is slightly inflationary, even with EIP 159. So those two are the two scenarios. But I do feel like the second scenario is probably more likely. So we could see a rebound once Pulse gets on the positive. We'll see a rebound in PulseX on the upside towards the ratio heading back towards 1-to-1. So you're going to fall in one of those two camps. So yeah, we'll see. But once PulseChain starts to rally a lot more, then people will chase the pulse. So it's going to be an interesting little battle there. All right, that is pretty much where we are with PulseX. Moving over to, should we have a look to the upside with the chart there? And obviously, yeah, that's kind of where we are. We've still got high lows, got slightly higher high here. So it's still very high, but it's very broad. So yeah, man, that's kind of where we are right now. So I guess the downside is 2,000. The upside there, 4,200. That's probably where we are on that one. Maybe slightly higher actually. Possibly could get up to quadruple 0.05 on a good move on the weekly. We'll see. Hex at the moment on PulseChain, currently at 8600th of a penny. And that chart looks pretty crazy. We just still have higher lows though, and we still have higher highs on the old price for Hex on PulseChain. Obviously, we've had a lot of the Richard Hart earlier this year. So back here, we had the Hex get staked. We got a big giant W in there as well, kind of. So yeah, we had a lot of the Hex staked. So we only got that. Was it 44 million or something on the chain left? I think it is 44 million. Let's have a look at the holder account on Hex on PulseChain. And where are we up on this one? 47 billion right now, Hex sitting in there. And we've still got the OA account, right? So this 7C03, still got 2.7 billion in it. Presumably this account here, I'm not sure whether it's another OA account or just a big holder with 7%. That'd be pretty big. Probably is. And then we've still got quite a few other addresses here. So I haven't followed all of these, but most of the OA stuff is staked. And Crispy Man's probably the person to follow for the next level of detail there. So yeah, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts with whale positions and 1% or more. And then to get on the first page of top 50, you need 82.9 million. So it's not a lot, really, in some ways. And sitting in the main pool, what's the main pool? 687 million Hex on the old PulseChain, and 168. Was it 168 on this one? Yeah. So where's that? It's down here somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, that one there. That's the contract I'm looking at the moment. 168. All right, so that is the old Hex at the moment, and we're getting some good uplift in people talking about Hex on PulseChain, which is kind of cool, right? And getting that ethos around there. I think I'm thinking of Tam and the X Spaces, doing a lot of content around there. RG3 looks like supporting that, along with Wild SJ out there, kind of doing their thing, which is kind of cool. And then Crispy Man, of course, for the deep dive analytics. A big shout out to him. All right, so that is the old Hex on PulseChain. The upside, of course, mad gains. But recently, we been up to 1.3 cents. And I think we got some support at 6,900 hundredth of a penny. So 6,900th of a penny. That's kind of where we are there. Moving ratio to Pulse, and then we're at 225. So kind of in the middle. We've been in this zone for a long period of time since March 25 on here on the daily. Let's go have a look at the weekly chart here for the ratio for Hex there. So we're kind of in the middle, way down from where we were. Look, we peaked out at 424 way back in November 24 there. We were up at 425. So, like I say, I think once Pulse, Hex on Pulse gets up to this previous sort of high around here, around 3.2 cents, it's gone bigger, right? It's just going to go race to the moon because we don't really have anything holding it back anymore. We got all the Hex staked. We've got the no SEC anymore. We defeat the SEC, and so once it gets in that positive environment, I think it's just game on from there. So still accumulation zone for the old Hex on PulseChain. What else? Let's go to eHex, which has been having a great time. And apparently the whale that helped pump it got exited at a loss. Apparently tried to rinse and repeat a game that was played earlier. So here it is on the old eHex there. Had a beautiful rally though, so there's money to be made. And of course it rallied all the way from 6th of September. Was sitting at 1400th of a penny, pretty low, and had a big rally up to 1800th of, or was it 3200th of a penny. That was a 130% move, and it did that in about 12 days. So it's a 2.3x on the old eHex. And we were talking about that, right? We're talking about, it's at the bottom of the range. It's likely at some stage to have a rally back up, and there it did, and did do that. So seems to rinse and repeat itself, which is pretty cool. I haven't got the two ratio charts here at the moment, but that is the play. So that's the old Hex. Let's have a look at the ratio to ETH on the chart. So there's the ratio to ETH there. Let's go to the weekly chart too, because it's quite, we are on a weekly chart. I forgot. EHEX been around forever, 2019, right? So that's the EHEX chart there. Now, obviously, it was on V1 originally, right? So this is a V2 pull. So May 2020 is the earliest date there. Where's the 2020? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So let's have a little flashback here. I mean, this is April 21, and we were down at 5052. That was pretty crazy. So there's a ratio. Then we had the big rally, of course, into September 21 for the bull run, and of course that was amazing. So we're at 6,056,600 on ETH there. Pretty cool. Let's go to the weekly again here on the US price too. I think let's make sure it's got the accurate pricing, but pretty sure. So good times, good times back up here. But look at that chart, isn't it amazing? Yeah, it's so good. That's so good. Anyway, so we're down here right now in the biggest accumulation zone of forever. But we do have 2 hexes now, and we're at 1.1 cents, didn't we? 1.1 cents combined. Let's log that. That's the log chart. So yeah, it's we're getting pretty close. So we're getting pretty close. Must be getting pretty close to this breaking out to the upside. Who knows? We'll see. It looks Q4. If it doesn't happen Q4, you got to wait a little bit longer there, right? Now we're looking at some special events. We'll see whether there's God mode candles or anything like that starts to push us back up to the upside. And I'm going back to 2020. We're just before the Hex God whale bump here. I think it was April something, wasn't it? It's just before this chart. So yeah, we might have to bring up the old V1. All right, so that is kind of where we are right now on the old Hex. And downside, I guess, is 1,500, but upside, if it can manage to hold this up here, maybe get up to 0.4 of a penny, something like that. I know some people are talking about 2-to-1 ratio. That would get us back at the current price of PHEX. That's probably not too far where we are at the moment. Getting closer. So yeah, we'll see. EHEX there. All right, so I can see it right now, $1.32. And let's see where this is at right now. So $1.32 here. Now, obviously, what's the use case for INC? Now, we know that I think Firewalls hold like number 3rd biggest wallet, but we'll see how this goes with its demand. Now, we know PulseX, of course, has the Master Chef contract. Master Chef contract, and so we'll have to wait and see what happens with the DAO there. But Richard's got lots of different things he can pull, lots of different levers he can pull, and it can all, they won't all be, necessarily pulled at once, but lots of chess moves to be made, and they could happen next week. Could happen this week. We know that interest rates. I'd come back to it again. Interest rate cuts, something that Richard really looks at, and even though we're still, relatively high at 4.25, the fact that we're on this, decreasing rate path now is a very bullish sign. So, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Richard could do a God mode candle next week. It's always possible, right? So you just never know with the stuff. So very, very cool. All right, we're at 1.32 is $1.32, I should say, with the old US dollars. Obviously not looking so hot now at the moment, and certainly looking like one of the weaker ones. Let's have a look at the old ratio. 34,900 hex. Pulse right now per 1 ink. That's kind of where we are. And okay, so I guess it's in need of some use case with the old NCM token as well. And of course, what will happen with the PulseX DAO, and of course maybe single-side staking, maybe third-party protocols that could be used for that too. Obviously, we've had some use cases like ink printer from Fast Abdul, and let's see what other use cases might be able to give it a bit of a lift without Richard Hart doing some of his chess game plays, particularly around PulseX. So that is the old INC right now. There's not a lot of it around. There's only 55 million. But let's have a quick look at the holders and see what the holders are looking like over here. So 55.6 million. There's only 2,600 ink in inflation. So the inflation's super low now on this. And we got the holders 61,597. And like I say, I think Firewhale was one of these top whales. I'm not sure which one. No, this one here or this one here. So one of those two or three whales, 2 or 3 spots there. And that's that. So that's the incentive token. So it's kind of a quick review of where those charts are. Valiant says the PulseChain promo tablet on eBay is currently bid at $2,225. Will it hit $5,555? Probably, says Valiant. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. In fact, I've got that, so we're going to try and pull that up too. We're an hour and 11 minutes in. I've still got up to 10 minutes to go, so we'll have a quick look and see whether we can find some of that because I haven't finished our coverage today. So let me just pull that up. Maybe we'll go to that chart there, and we will try and get up the other one here. All right, so we've got a few bit more news to talk about just to wrap up the show. So let's pull this in here. All right, bam, bam. All right, so let's do that. Some nice comments there today, Valiant. All right, so this is the rest of the chart. So obviously we talked about some of the moves there. Have we any change? Not really much change. But yeah, we've got a lot of charts, a lot of coins out of the money right now. Let's look at some of the ones that are particularly down. And we've got all the way back to the bottom here. So let's have a look at X Game, still holding up pretty well. So X Game, of course, on the pump. We're expecting X Game to launch. And it's holding up remarkably well. Why is that? Because the RSIs are super hot. They're super hot there. This is the weekly RSI. It's up at 86. The daily at the moment is still up pretty high, 84. But the chart is holding up pretty strong because X Game is looks like it's launching very soon. Probably this week is a good chance, but certainly I think we're expecting it before the end of September. Now, the longer it takes to launch, of course, the chances are that we might get a bit of a sell-off here. But, of course, the price can be defended if Firewhale wants to defend it. So we'll see. That is where we are right now, sitting at 15.8 million market cap, 305K liquidity, 124K volume. Not bad at all at the moment. Right, so that is X Game now. Sorry, that's the X Game, yeah. Peacock at the moment. Peacock also is down at 2,100 a penny. So the Peacock chart hasn't really recovered at this stage. What sort of support will they get from Peacock, from Liberty Swap, in terms of some of the things they might do in the future? Also, their RSI is getting down there. I mean, it's at 37, 38. There'll be probably one of the key coins for the meme wars. So we could see even Coinarchy when it launches potentially in early October. We'll see. Q4 is the launch, but probably early is my guess. That's my expectation. Is that in the battle of the memes, this will be one of the big ones that we expect to run there. And obviously not financial advice, but just playing what I think is logical. There's obviously good 20, 30 memes on PulseChain that will also be trying to vie for the battle of the memes. So we'll keep a lookout for that. And we're 2,100 penny. And the other one was what's the other thing that's happening here? Oh, yeah, Giza, which is coming up, can be a Mafia game. It's going to be completely in the Mafia category for gaming, along with Jacob's Mafia. So we've got 2 games in Mafia. It's going to be interesting to see that. Not sure when they're launching. I guess their roadmap indicates Q3, Q4. We're almost at end of Q3, so maybe Q4. And we're expecting Mafia game to go full. That's from Jacob. Go to full launch pretty soon, I imagine. Maybe October. I think it's still got a little bit of work to do there. But they're going to have killing, and that's kind of when the game is like fully live, when you can go to kill other players. which kind of makes sense. So we're looking forward to that as well from Jacob. And then on-chain bet looks like that could round up too. And then we could see that potentially launch in October as well, possibly. So be pretty nice. If not, maybe, yeah, that's probably when we might expect it. I do expect on-chain bet first, and then Mafia. That's probably the order I've slightly expect at the moment, but they could possibly launch at the same time. And then, of course, maybe later in the year, maybe December, we get a launch of PUSD ALGO from Jacob as well. So that's kind of some of the stuff around Jacob. But in the meantime, Giza is out. The team's out there doing a Mafia game as well, and they're doing a lot of gaming type setups for that. So we'll see how that plays out as well. I mean, that is DeFi, competition. Competition comes into the play, and we're just seeing the early stages of a gaming renaissance or boom, and we'll see how that goes out. So that's Peacock right now. So let's jump away from there. What else has got going at the moment? We've got Rhinify down here, a bit of a good discount there right now because they've got a nice Pulse treasury and their recharge. We've got Teddy Bear down here as well, down 5%. We've got Vouch. We're going to talk about Vouch quickly. Vouch right now is down at quadruple 0.74, and that's on the hourly. So let's go to the daily there. So yeah, had a big run up. The number one validator group, they got 4,000 validators. And so that's coming down here to 0.00. So let's have a quick look at this as well. We got at the top here, we got to 0.00 1,600. That is now down 53% right now, and that is down to 7,500 right now. So that's pretty cool. I know that he what was the guy's name? I was forgotten. I had it in my head again. Remember? Let me think. No, it's almost there, but not quite there. We got Valent says, I need to go. Many thanks, Superman, and have a great weekend, everybody. You too. All the best, Valent. I appreciate your comments in the chat. They're really cool. Grounded and Hex says, I got 2 of those tablets today in Miami. Did you? You got 2 of those tablets today in Miami? Boy, well, you better put them on eBay, dude. Yeah, make a mint. The market cap apparently is like $1 billion or something with the price. So definitely do that, Grounded Hex. Awesome stuff. That'd be pretty cool getting one of those packages delivered. But here we are. We got get in early, Grounded Hex. Yeah. Mad gains. Get it and then switch it into like one of the Richard Hart core tokens. Switch that money into Richard Hart core tokens. Yeah. And then you get the 10,000x after that. That's how you play. That's how you play the game. All right, so kind of cool. That is Vouch right now. They got about 4,000, like I say, validators there, and it's doing pretty well. Damn it! I almost got the name in my head, but it's just not quite there. Can I phone a friend? Oh, it's going to annoy me. It's almost there. Now the other one, of course, is Unity. Unity at the moment is down 13.3%, but we are expecting this to go down, right? So because it's adjusting with the volume. So it's just had a little bit of a sell down here. We're at $4.22 right now on the old Unity, and we're sitting at $4.25. So I think that might have just had a little bit of a sell down. Yeah, it just got sell down a little bit there. It was at $4.80, got down, sell down there with a bit of volume coming out in there as well. So there we go. Hey, we got Serge in the house there. Reposted the stream. Hey, appreciate that. Big shout out. We are coming up to, we've probably got a couple of minutes left, maybe 5 minutes ago. But I do appreciate the repost and people can watch on the replay gang. Now let's jump back out here. We also got Rome Token. Now Rome Token had unfortunately the developers wallet, the founders wallet there, who had 60% of the supply, got sold down overnight. And as you guys know, we love gaming, and we've been talking about Rome Token for days now. And here it is. Unfortunately, somehow the founders wallet got hacked, and I do believe that is the case. I'm not really questioning that at all. But here we are, quadruple 0.36 at the moment. So yeah, price got rugged about $8,800 out of the founders wallet, and also I believe that included a lot of the stuff from the tournament, which is on week 2. And so here we were back up here, are getting somewhat of a recovery. This is on the hourly chart here. We're back up at quadruple 0.37. So looks like we are, liquidity going back up. I think liquidity was showing up at around 45, 48. So we're at 15. So there's a bit of a recovery. Now, as I understand it, however, the hackers wallet has still got 27 million tokens. So just note that at the moment. So had about 600 million or something in that ballpark, maybe slightly less, 580 or something in there. I haven't done a full review, but this is what happened overnight. And it happened at 2:00 in the morning, my time. So, I was asleep, but yeah, let's see what happens with the price here, and so forth. Now, interestingly enough, the hackers wallet that hacked this somehow had mafia in their wallet. So that is very interesting. Not sure, you guys can speculate on that, but that was the case. Now, we did an official announcement from Jason, the founder here at Gladiator Games, says the wallet holding 60% of Rome token was hacked. They sold over 600 million Rome tokens. Remember, there's a pump tires, so there's only 1 billion, and they had some had been burned, 0.4%. And they still hold 27 million. Now, before the live stream, they still held that. They're probably arguably waiting for the pool to fill up a little bit. This coin was launched on pump tires, so liquidity is burned and cannot be rugged. But of course, if you got to that many tokens, you can take out a lot of liquidity. Although we do see the price is working itself back up. Gladiator Games remains fully functional and fun. That is true. So you can still play it. Everything's still working as normal. So really, it's just the hackers wallet we will rebuild, says the founder. The game is still awesome and intact. Gladiator Games will return stronger than ever. Now, from my knowledge, there's no real reason why the founder would do it himself. He's been building this game for over a year, and it's only a relatively small amount of money to what he earns and things like that. So really, it does look like his wallet has been hacked. We'll try and find more details about that, of course, as time goes on, and of course the path forward. The game itself is still fully operational, but we'll have to find out what's going to happen in that space. So that is kind of the latest information I know, and so I'm just sharing it with you based on what I've known so far. Now, you can jump into Gladiator Games and find out more there. We'll be looking forward to getting more updates as well, when able to. So I'm just going to look through some of these comments right now. Let's see over here. So we've got lots of buying going on right now, and we've got a good bit of activity in the Telegram there as well. Yep, and lots of buying going on. So people are buying up the chart for the old Rome token. So we'll see how it goes. So far, going back up, filling up, and we'll see what happens with that wallet. But interesting enough, the hacker did have a little bit. It's just a little tiny bit of mafia, but it's interesting that it had anything else in it at all, and it happened to be mafia, which is interesting. All right, so that is a Rome token. So Gladiator Games, you can still play it, and it's ticking away there at the moment, and we'll give any updates about that as we can. All right, I think that's it. They're going to jump over to Tightnex quickly. Got about 2 minutes to go. Now, I wanted to quickly talk about Tightnex because the chart is on the low side right now. Frank White said, "Sad to see. Why not use a ledger?" Yeah, so I mean, there's going to be a lot of questions around that, Frank. Around the wallet and stuff like that, and Frank White says hacks are almost never actually hacks. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that, but I cannot see why would they hack their own wallet. So it doesn't make much sense in this particular case. So we'll go find out more, Frank. We'll see how that goes in the future. So there we go. All right. So let's get into Tightnex. At the moment, we've got Tightnex, probably a pretty good range now for accumulation. So let's talk about that quickly. Let's go to the daily. Right. So let's have a look at the daily there. Actually, we're going to go further afield to weekly because we've got so much time on the Tightnex. Let's go to the log chart. Now, obviously, Tightnex here on Ethereum, we just looked at, a Taurus a little bit. But this is at 6 zeros, 18.89 on the price. So obviously at the bottom of the range that it's been in, for about a couple of months now. But the ratio to ETH, let's have a quick look at that. Now we are waiting for obviously Jack Sharp to launch his next project, which won't be a token. It's just going to be a DApp or a protocol mechanism, which will actually, as I understand it, work on X28, which is the omni-chain version of Tightnex. And of course, that sucks a lot of Tightnex into it, arguably. And so it's going to be burning that. So we're looking forward to see what that actually is. At the moment, we're at 10 zeros, 37.65. And all I can say is buy low at the moment, right? That's kind of what the signal is. Now, obviously, you say, well, where am I able to get better returns elsewhere? And that's the question you always got to ask yourself. But at the moment, the chart itself, in an absolute sense, is on the low end. Now, what's the pumpamental? Of course, is the fact that it's sitting on a whole bunch of Ethereum, right? Now, it does have a slight call issue, as I understand it, for V1 buy and burn, but nevertheless, it's still sitting on 4,452 Ethereum, currently valued at $20 million. That's right, $20 million. So it's a pretty big deal. Now, the market cap of Titanex altogether is 17.66 million. So the buy and burn itself is worth more than the market cap. The other thing, of course, is it also has the staker payout, which is the 888 day, and that's currently sitting at $5 million as well. It is another 1,100 Ethereum in there. And of course, a lot of that is going to be going to DragonX. And of course, Hellas is getting some of that. So that is where it is right now. And of course, we can see DragonX at the moment is number 2. The ratio to Titanex is 11. And so that's still holding up pretty decent. And we're expecting, some big things still to come from Eric and protocols. And so yeah, that's the chart there. Look at those patterns there. Look at those patterns, zigzaggedy zigzag. We're on the low end right now at 5/1860. But let's have a look at the ratio to Titanex, because DragonX is of course a second layer protocol on top of Titanex, and we can see the ratio is 11 right now. So it's actually holding up pretty well, done gone well, as we say. And of course, DragonX has their own buy and burn. So you've got all this money in this kind of like a big treasury, so to speak, in the buy and burns. And let's have a look at that. They're going to get a big chunk of that, $5 million. And at the moment, they've got a big chunk already in here. They've got $2 million worth of Ethereum, almost $2.1 million Ethereum. This is to buy Titanex, so that's going to push Titanex up price as well. And then they got another $2.1 million to buy and burn DragonX, and that's sitting in Titanex. So, in ETH, I should say. So that's going to pretty powerful. So they got $4.2 million here, plus getting some of that $5 million as well, which is pretty huge. I can't remember the exact number. Is it about 45% of that? Maybe another $2.5 million or so. Something like that, but it's huge. So big buy and burn treasury sitting here in the old Titanex sleeper, just like we're excited about, the PulseChain sacrifice. Well, this is actually, and that's an indirect implication. This is a direct feature of the Titanex ecosystem. So question is, what will happen? When it will get called? Will it have the same delayed system as the PulseChain SAC? All these questions hopefully will be answered one day in the future. But X28 is the one that's going to be doing something on, so we'll keep a lookout for that. And that's kind of where we are right now. So yeah, we've got a lot of other ones on the move here. Obviously, Taurus is the one that people are talking about at the moment in particular, and that's currently at $1.07. What else we got going? I think that's kind of it. Yeah, we'll come back to this, but that's just a sneak peek of the old Titanex. And of course, if we do get massive, $15,000 ETH prices, then by my accounts, I think that was all going to be worth something like $100 million. So it can't be slept on, can it? And at some stage, it may very well start to move very quickly, no doubt. Coming for your spot in the tournament, Superman, Maximus Pokiest, are you? Yeah, well, I'm number 8 in the actual Gladiator tournament, and I'm still playing. So I'm still playing, guys. So yeah, I'll see you on the battlefield. I'll see you on the battlefield in the tournament number 2. So yeah, the game is still going, and we'll see what happens. See what Founder comes out with next about that. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a full coverage. Hope you guys, don't forget to follow, smash the subscribe button, hit the follow button. I'll catch you guys again, hopefully tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Well, actually, I started half an hour earlier today, but I'll try and make it 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow and catch up on all of you then. All right. Let's see where we're going here. We're going to bounce out. All right. Actually, let's play a little bit of video here. You just never know. We might get one of these, right? We might get one of these. You just never know. We'll find out.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Catch you guys again tomorrow. PulseChain for the win. And of course, Q4. Big bull market ahead, I'm sure. Everything's looking pretty good as I've laid out in a lot of the video today. All right. Catch you. Bye for now.